And we're back for our midweek fave. How are you? Happy retrograde, sad retrograde, emotional retrograde. I don't know. Retrograde, okay? Retrograde, Mercury is in Gatorade. I don't know. Whatever saying you have on your mind about it, honestly, it's probably true. I've been having my experience with the retrograde, and boy, has it been interesting, right? Um, I have an interesting topic for us to talk about. I'm really um, thinking about midweek faith, thinking about where I want it to go, and I'm very motivated to get vulnerable with you and really give you a time to get to know me and give me some time to get to know you. And I hope that like whatever we discuss becomes relevant or help someone in some sort of way, okay? But at the business at hand is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna get started with our water signs. So for our water signs, we have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And what are we saying to our water signs during this time? We're saying that you have to speed up to chase the results that you want. But before you do so, water signs, you need to make sure that you are resting yourself and paying priority to what matters most, which is you, your health, and your self-awareness and your mental health. Okay. It might be a time for you to study, for you to really study what is going on in your life, for you to study what it is that you're passionate about. It is a time of knowledge and studying. Okay, water signs. And it's really important that you consider every aspect of the situation you're in. You consider what's going on around you. You consider all of your surroundings before you make any decisions. Okay, there's a lot of love around you, and you may be surprised at that because you may be very, very focused on maybe the negative, water signs, okay? But that's not what time it is. The time is for you to turn in. The time is for you to take care of yourself and pay attention to how it is that you're feeling and really do that check in. And what is coming to me is that you're going to have to trust your intuition. So if your intuition is telling you to rest and slow down, that's really what you have to do, water signs, okay? Because you need to pay attention to the signs. Take a moment to think about your situations, figure them out, meditate on them, and really be prepared to accept whatever it is that you find and then be proactive about it. Rest is definitely coming up right now, okay? And also, things may not be as you perceive them to be. They may be better, they may be worse, but that is not a place to shame or guilt or feel sad or bad about, water signs, which we can tend to do, okay? It's really about you having the discernment of what time it is and knowing that I'm finding out all this information, not for it to set me back, but for it to set me up, okay? And you are being set back for a set up. You are being, everything that's happening is happening for a reason. The sadness, the grief, whatever it is that you're feeling, it might feel a little bit heavy. Some of you may not even be able to identify that you're feeling this way. And that all of that is perfectly fine. But what it really is about is you embracing and taking that leap of faith and you really looking in that mirror and identifying where you need to go from here. Okay, water signs? Because honestly, as you start to get closer to where you need to be, your heart will begin to flutter and you will begin to understand that this is a place for me. This is where I'm meant to be. And that confidence is going to grow and you're going to know, there's going to be a sense of knowing, water sign, that this is what is meant. Okay. Just remember to keep your head up. Just remember to not let your guilt get in the way of any goals and any sadness to get in the way of like where you aspire to be and the doors that are opening for you. Okay. Just remember that you may discover challenges and you may come across challenges, but it is when you get and encounter these challenges that you really switch up what is going on, that you approach things from a different perspective, water signs. Okay, that's really what time it is. With enlightenment, there's no separation. We realize we are one with the divine. Okay, water sign, you are one with the divine, and this is about your openness to really see what God has for you and the changes that you must make to receive those dreams and those things that God has for you. Okay, take the time to explore your emotions and your feelings while you're on the path. So really identifying how you feel, knowing how you feel at all times. Something as a water sign myself that I definitely say is that when I learned how to control my emotions, I learned how to control my life. And that is truly how I feel. In essence of how I've been brought up, I have been very emotional and very emotionally in tune all my life. I can't say that that's always been the best thing in every situation. Okay. And I'm not saying to abandon your emotions, but I'm saying that when you learn how to control them and you learn when to give in or to get out of them, you actually have more control over what occurs around you. And you never realize that until you are in situations and things are out of control. Okay. And what you're actually looking for is control. Okay. So just remember, there is a lot of energy going on around you. It's really important that you take a moment and really feel the joy, feel the love, feel life, feel everything that's going on. And not to the point where it overtakes you, but to the point where you know where to improve. Okay, water signs, this is about health, improvement, rejuvenation. So do the self-care, do the things that you need to do to really get yourself feeling right and feeling like yourself, more like yourself than maybe you've ever felt before. Okay, water signs, that is really, really, really what time it is. Now for our angel number for our water signs, we are going to have so our angel number is going to be 1919. Cycles, karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, and rebirth. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. Okay, water sign, let's get out of being stuck and let's really make space and room for abundance. Let's heal. Let's heal that trauma. Let's let go of the past. Let's really heal that inner child and really make space for what's needed. So what's being asked of you is to do some art creation, soak in a bath, do some deep breathing. Make sure you're journaling your dreams, spend time with some family or not, and also energy work could be very beneficial for you right now. Okay, water signs. So next we'll have our fire signs. So for our fire signs, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So what are we telling our fire signs during this time? What do we want them to know? Whenever they see this, it's meant for them. Okay, so we're telling our fire signs that it is important that you remember that everything is not all about sensual or sexual energy. And you have to transcend past that when you're navigating through things. Okay, it's also very important that when the opportunity arises and knocks, that you pay attention and you really sift through what the opportunity is. Okay, it's important for you to have discernment and make choices, fire signs. Okay, making choices will help you get to where you need to go. In this moment, I can't say you're exactly trusting your intuition, but really what you need to know is that there's no need to worry. You really should be happy. Okay, don't worry, don't worry, be happy is what's coming up. It's really definitely, this is the third time in a row that it's come up for you to do some relaxation and really take some time out. That's not so hustle and bustle. Okay, fire signs. so that you can seek the clarity that you need, because that's definitely what time it is. It's also a time of nurturing relationships, but not necessarily looking for completion within those relationships, really just nurturing the people that have been around you, have supported you, fire signs, okay, and not overindulging in the celebration of it all. Also, fire signs, your originality is very important to you, as you already know and feel. Keep and continue that originality. Don't let it go away. Don't let someone taint you. Don't let people come around and question your originality, why you are the way that you are. I mean, yes, if you have a partner that's challenging you, that might be a little bit of a different story, but not to the point where the partner is questioning you and things that make you you, or not until the point where the job or the people or the friendships are questioning those characteristics that make you you, that don't affect them in any way. We're talking about the characteristics that could be improved upon, okay? Believe in your dreams, fire signs, and set those goals, because you are a leader, okay? You do have the space to be more grateful as well. You have more space to be in more gratitude, okay? Follow that intuition, sharpen that intuition, release the power of fear, okay? Face those fears, fire signs. Think big. When you're thinking about your dreams and you're really trying to manifest, think big. Let's stop limiting ourselves, fire signs, and let's really lean in to what our minds and our hearts truly desire, okay? It's time to begin new life so that you can allow the abundance to flow in. But until you're ready and lean into the new beginning, you won't be able to see any of the things fade that you need to fade away, and any of the new energy take over and really engulf you. Okay, fire signs? What does that really mean? What am I really saying? Like, you got to let things go, fire signs. You really have to give yourself the space to let things pass, let things go, and then move forward. And when you move forward, it will be with the experience in tow, without the trauma and the baggage of the trauma. Okay, we want to keep the experience in our back pocket, but we want to let the trauma baggage go. This is really about self-resilience. So don't be afraid of flying solo, being alone, and really thriving in that energy. Pick your battles wisely, fire signs, because everything is not a battle. And when it is time to go for it, you will know. Okay, fire signs? For our angel number of the week, we have 1616, readjustments. Overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support, and comfort. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is the possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin anew with a person from one's past. Everything will fall to pieces. So this is really about healing, forgiving, and letting go. Okay, so even the cards are talking about it. For self-care for our fire signs, what are we asking for you to do? We're asking you to experience some pleasure, some true pleasure. Maybe take place or take part in a sound healing journey or healing ritual, experiencing the sound healing, connecting with your ancestors, alone time, connecting with fire, and looking at the stars. Okay, fire signs, that is going to be our message for you this week. Next, let's go ahead and jump into our earth signs. So for our earth signs, we will have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. What are we asking, showing, or telling our earth signs during this time that we want them to know? We are telling our earth signs that steady progress is what is needed, okay? And you should be paying attention to your energy as you're navigating earth signs, okay? Please listen to your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Quiet your mind and allow yourself to listen to your inner self. Not the self that's always doing this, but the self that's always doing this. Okay? Because that is really what timing is calling for. Okay? Don't forget to reward yourself, earth signs, because you have to be able to see the world and yourself through a lens of love. It's very, very important. If you do not, you will drown. Okay, you will drown into the deep blue sea of emotion, because you are so grounded that it can be so heavy that you will go to the bottom of the ocean. So what I'm asking you to do is to really check into those emotions, check into yourself. If you have any opportunities, don't hesitate, go for them. Ask for what you want, earth signs, okay? You are an entrepreneurial spirit, but you have to be honest with yourself about what you're doing. You have to be honest and open that heart chakra and really trust the guidance that's being put upon you, okay? You need to focus on service just as much as you are focused on self. There has to be a healthy balance. Just as much as you're giving and you're doing, the same amount you should be pouring and receiving, okay? Not overdoing it in any area, to know when it's time to go and to know when things are thriving, okay? Don't hesitate to really not question your life purpose, but really want to dig back deep into that and think about what it really is that you want, so the shower of abundance can be upon you, okay? Because that's what God is waiting for you to cleanse and detoxify your life, and then have a more playful spirit so that it's easier to bless you. You can't be unapproachable all the time, earth sign. You can't only be approachable in certain settings. The approachable nature must be within you, and what it is having that easygoing spirit that is full of faith, that is full of a sense of knowing that it will all be worked out in the way that it should. Have confidence and notice signs. Ask yourself, what do you desire? Third time it's come up in this moment of time, okay? Get yourself the fresh air that you need, earth signs, okay? And make sure that you're staying grounded, but not too grounded that you're so grounded in the earth that you have no room for elevation. Allow your innocence to help you navigate and keep your lens and from which you view things pure, okay? Because there is nothing to worry about, okay? But this is about the law of attraction, and it is upon you to attract the energy of joy and happiness and abundance that you desire, earth signs. For your angel number of the week, we will have 3333, social skills, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, enthusiasm. The problems that you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality, and don't let your ego get the best of you, okay, earth signs? So that is your angel number of the week. And then for self-care, what are we asking you to do? We're asking you to pay attention to your health. We're asking you to use your journal to help you process anything that you need to process. Maybe drinking some nice herbal teas, connecting with your womb, a nice massage, and abundance planning, okay, earth signs? And then last but not least, we will have our air signs. And for our air signs, we will have Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And for our air signs, what are we saying or telling or guiding them to? Okay, air signs. So we're letting you know that it is important that you stay in a grounded energy, okay, so that you can receive the guidance that is yearning to come and flow to you. Okay, air signs, this is about your surrender. This is about you surrendering all of what your grief is, all of what is on your mind. If you desire freedom, air signs, just know that what this is your soul going through your written story, but you do have the privilege and the opportunity to switch and change some of the things up. You can change the trajectory of your life with one choice. I'm here to remind you that you're worth it. I'm here to remind you that your thoughts are, everything is not at a loss. There's a lot of reframing that you need to do in your mind for your thoughts so that you can begin receiving what God has for you, air signs. Okay, this is about detachment, the art of detachment. This is about getting into your spiritual bag to the point where you're understanding your energy, your emotion, and your outward behaviors, your outwardly behaviors. Okay, air sign, we are asking you to expand. We're asking you to tune into that intuition. We're asking you to perhaps allow a little bit of humility into your life so that you can make space for the abundance that is to grow, that is to be enhanced. Okay, air signs, we're asking you to have faith. We're asking you to sacrifice the old you and come back as the new you. We're asking you to gain a new vision on life, to really let things go, to let yourself go, and not let yourself go in a way where it's like, oh, I don't care about myself. It's like, let yourself go to the point where you care and love yourself so much that love does not restrict or confine, but love sets you free. Set yourself free. The freedom that you desire is really within yourself. It's not from anyone else but you. But it is important that you go with the flow. It is important that you are in gratitude. It is important that you are in ease. It is important that you are focused on the right now and paying attention to the signs so that you can be on the path that you truly desire and feel that sanctity that you really desire. Okay, air signs, your individuality is truly God's form of divine love, but there's nothing wrong with changing. There's nothing wrong with coming back greater and better. You need to trust the situation, trust the grief, and please invite help in and take the right actions, air signs, so that you can heal and be whole and feel the love that you desire, the love that that inner child is yearning for, air signs. Please allow he or she or they or them to receive the love that they desire. And for our angel number of the week, we are going to have number 1551. Hold your vision, manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes that you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit, air signs. Allow that inner child to heal so that you may thrive in the abundance that you already know belongs to you. For our self-care, what are we asking you to do? We're asking you to look at the stars. We're asking you to do a gratitude journal. We're also asking you to journal in general, okay? And then we're asking that you maybe do some dancing, move your body around, rest if you feel tired, and also refresh those vision boards, okay? For our crystal of the week, once again, our crystal of the week is pyrite. So pyrite is for luck, prosperity, and success. Well, not crystal of the week, guys. Crystal of the month. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong term. The gold standard when it comes to crystals, pyrite attracts abundance, wealth, and prosperity. Known as fool's gold, pyrite encourages you to follow your dreams and envision your desires. Manifesting powers are high when this crystal is at play. Pyrite has that spark. Literally, pyrite can create fire when struck against another stone or metal and is believed to contain the element of fire in its core. Pyrite also acts as a powerful protector, shielding you from negativity and protecting the integrity of your aura. Strike fast and don't look back. Pyrite. Okay, so that is our crystal of the month. Here soon I will have a place where you can purchase some Pyrite and get yourself, you know, a few crystal pieces if you don't know about them. Pyrite is a great starting crystal, and it's great just to keep in your business, your home, and keep that energetic flow of financial energy, but also powerful fiery energy as well. So I have a little bit of my drinking cacao, and I will tag them in the description bar. If you guys are interested in trying cacao, it's a great heart opener, and it's great for healing, and I can definitely give you more information on that. I have discovered that cacao is so great, but in addition, when I do my midweek faith, it really helps open my heart. Today specifically, I'm really looking for some heart opening because I thought I would share a little bit about myself and a little bit about the experience that I had, not recently, but somewhat recently. So yeah, so I'm just going to get into it and do a little bit of sharing. And the purpose of my sharing is just so that you know that it's important to really check into your body and identify what's going on. And that doesn't always show up physically, like on your body, to the point where like you see a sore or an ailment and you want to go to the doctor. So about a year and a half and some change ago, just about a year ago, actually, last June, I had an experience. My family and I were taking our boys to New York for summer travel. It was around June, and we got on a plane. We were on Delta. It was, you know, a late night red eye, which is what my wife and I love to fly so that we can maximize the day. I had an experience on the plane. I'm on the plane. Obviously, I had worked my job. I was a little stressed out, director of operations in a law firm. And, you know, I did love my job, love my boss. The colleagues were a little bit difficult to deal with. And I can't say that they thought I was too easy to deal with. And I wasn't, you know, they didn't fancy me very much. So it was a little bit of a high stress work environment. And, you know, I was, you know, back in the workforce and really, you know, thriving in that area. So I thought, and yeah, it was a high stress workload, and I kind of was loving it, but I was also exhausted and tired. And I had gone to work because I think I was doing the entrepreneurial thing, and I had gotten to a place where I think I just got frustrated and I began to give up on what God has had for me or had for me at the time. You know, we get on the airplane, we're flying, we're about an hour and a half into the ride, and I started experiencing anxiety, maybe like the hot flash part of the anxiety. And I remember falling asleep. I woke up experiencing anxiety. The plane was having some turbulence. And then next thing I know, I go into my chant that I do. And then I start chanting and everything goes black. And then all I can hear is my wife in my ear saying, "I love you so much. Please come back to me. Please wake up." It was pretty traumatizing, and my kids were on the plane, so they definitely saw it too. I woke up and I saw every single person on the airplane turned and looking at me. It was pitch black outside the window, and the lights were on the plane. And if you know and you fly at night, they normally turn all the lights off when the sun is down or when it's potentially nighttime from where you flew. Everyone's looking at me. They're offering me water. They're asking me if I ate today. I have no idea what happened. I just remember a lot of moving and shaking. I remember the anxiety. I remember chanting because I was scared. And then I just remember hearing my wife in my ear asking me to please wake up. Now, if you're a very, very close friend of mine that goes beyond the walls that I put up to find out what's going on with me, then you know about this. If you're not, then you're just now finding out. Um, I guess I'm telling you guys all of this to tell you that a lot can occur and a lot can happen in a blink of an eye. You just never know what can happen. I woke up to my wife. Everyone's scared shitless. You know, we 2-3 hours later, my wife is like working really hard to keep me awake, and I'm really grumpy. All I want to do is take a nap and go to sleep. She's like up with me. She's working really, really hard. We get to New York at about pretty early in the morning. Maybe by that time it's like 8 or 9 New York time. We get there, and immediately, you know, she's trying to talk to people to find out the best hospitals. I will say this, Delta wasn't the most accommodating, and honestly, I have had communication with other people, and they're kind of like, normally the plane is stopped and they turn around and they stop the plane and they stop wherever they're near so that you can get into the hospital, but they did not do that for me. That might be a whole separate issue, but we went to the best hospital that I had, which was that they had, which was Columbia, according to the flight attendants and anyone that we could talk to in the airport. And we immediately go to the hotel, drop our kids off, and then we proceed to go to Columbia. And we were there for about 8 hours. They did every type of scan, and they had no information for me besides my glucose level was high, which normally dictates that there is some sort of anxiety present. Mind you, I hadn't eaten, I hadn't had any sugars or anything like that. So not that I hadn't eaten, but the last time I ate was enough time before where I wouldn't have had a glucose spike like that. And obviously, like, I've been pretty healthy all my life. I don't have any diabetes or anything like that. They discharged me from the hospital. At this point, I'm walking around New York just feeling super grateful and in gratitude for life. I don't think that it's all synced in at this point. Like, I'm just like enjoying and feeling thankful, but realizing that like I could have died. I could have not woken up from what happened to me, and it was kind of traumatizing. And to be honest, I'm sharing this so that you know, I didn't know how much stress my body was under to the point where it shut down. I didn't know what was happening to me, what had happened to me, and what I was experiencing until I actually did. After that, it has taken a few months to where, I've gotten cleared. I've gotten so many like EEG, where it's like, a 3-day thing where you have a machine hooked to your head and you bring the machine to your house and the camera is watching you while you sleep and testing your brain waves. And, my doctor was great, and he said he went through every page of my test and couldn't figure out what happened to me. I went to my healer, and she had a theory for me as well about, basically I kind of left my body and came back to life. And I truly feel like that. I will tell you, after that happened to me, I am not the same person I was. If you knew me before, please get to know me again. I am such a different individual. And I've really grown a lot from it. A lot of value for life, a lot of value for people, a lot of value for time, and a lot more grace. So, I share this with you to say, please check into yourself, do the self-care, pay attention to yourself, recognize when you're overworking, and recognize when you're not working enough. It's really important that you take the time to care for yourself so that you can get to the levels that you desire to go to. Ultimately, God already has the path for us. Everything is already written and laid out. We do have creative ideas, and I do feel that God has and does hold space for the creative ideas that you come up with that are planted in your mind by God. So I say this to you to stay hopeful. I say this to you to do the self-care. I say this to you to, if you were a friend of mine before, please give me another chance. If you didn't identify with however it was, and honestly, I may not give you another chance because I may not identify with the friendship that we had. But also, just a reminder, give people grace. Don't be so judgmental. Don't be so harsh. The reason why someone may not be able to engage in friendships and relationships the way you want might be because they have a lot of shit going on. They got a lot of trauma, or they have a lot of situations. The right people will be in your life at the right time and show up for you in the ways that you need. And I have a lot of faith in that. I thank you for being a safe space so that I could share this. I haven't shared it with too many people. It's not something that I talk about too often because it's something that I also have tried to put behind me, but I also want to advocate for something. And if I can advocate for anything, it would be for mental health and self-care. A lot of times we don't know what's going on until something does go on. And in order to prevent that, we have to spend a lot of time filling our cups. Okay, so today my cup is full of cacao. I hope that you find your way to cacao or something fulfilling that will feed and nourish your spirit. I love you so much. Thank you for letting me share with you. I plan to get more vulnerable as time goes by. And yeah, I love you. Thank you for watching Midweek Faith. Mwah. I'll see you next week. Bye.